Cowboy Bebop, an anime classic amongst anime fans. I recently watched and finished Cowboy Bebop. Now I could go on and on about the art style or the animation or the music. God, the music. But that's not what this video is about. I know, I'm pretty late to the Cowboy Bebop experience, so I'm not sure if this perspective has been shared before. We all know how the story ends, but what if I told you episode 26 wasn't the ending? Or at least not the real ending. Let me explain. This story at its core, or at least to me, is the adventures of a group of lost souls stuck in time, grouping together making the Bebop crew. The crew starts with Spike and Jet, an ex-gangster and a former cop, now bounty hunters, or space cowboys to be accurate. Then everybody's favorite genius corgi, Faye, the 90-year-old, 20-year-old that's drowning to death after waking up from cryogenic slumber. Oh, and did I mention she has amnesia? And last but not least, my favorite Bebop crewmate, the greatest hacker in the world, or space for that matter, Ed, or Edward Wong Hao Pepelu Tivruski IV. Now, Ed is a very important piece in all this. I know she didn't appear in the show till episode 9 and was the last person to join the Bebop crew, but I would still consider her the glue. One, because she's a child, she still has that innocence intact unlike the other characters, and brings a refreshing energy to contrast the rest of the group. Spike, Jet, and Faye are all dealing with their past in some way while trying to live day to day in the present. Sometimes Spike leaves to collect a bounty or to go have a shootout in a church with his ex-best friend from the Syndicate days. Jet has ex-cop escapades he has to take care of every now and then, and you know how Faye is with her weekly "I'm running away, gotta get you before you get me" routine. But there's one constant. No, not the Bebop. Even though you're not necessarily wrong. Yeah, he's always there, but no, it's Ed, which makes her departure so much more impactful. Episode 24. Faye's watching the footage of her from before the accident. A sleepy Ed says she knows where the waterfall in the video is. Makes sense, Ed is also from Earth. What does Faye do? Secretly sets the Bebop to Earth during the night, of course. Faye and Ed take off in search of the waterfall. They end up at some trash heap area where Ed used to bum meals off some nun? I don't know, man. Anyways, the nun says she has something for Ed. Turns out to be a holographic card from her dad. That's important, so make sure you remember that. Before they head back to the Bebop, Faye runs into an old lady who happened to go to the same school as her. A remnant of her past. After that brief conversation, Faye and Ed make it back to the Bebop. Feeling defeated, irritated, and honestly just exhausted, Faye lays down. Without showering, mind you, which is a little, all good though. She ends up getting up and taking a shower. And that's when it happens. Her memories come flooding back to her. She takes off again in the morning. This time by herself and with a bag. Now I'm not sure if the bag meant she was planning on leaving for good. Maybe she was hoping her old home would be there along with family. Or maybe it was just an emergency. I don't know, I could be very wrong. While that's going on, focus shifted onto Spike and Jet. They get a bounty and it's none other than Ed's dad. Of course they don't know that. Shit, easy 50 mil, let's get to it. They pull up guns drawn. One quick fire Sakuga scene later and the Bebop comes barreling towards them. What do you know, it's Ed. Ed and her father reunite after 7 years. No need for a DNA test because they're both two weird individuals. He asks if Ed would like to be with them. There's a crash and her father dips just like that, again leaving Ed alone. Back to Faye, she's running to her old home, hoping and praying that it's there. That somebody from her past is there. Anybody, she needs it to be there. Gosh, she just needs something. Something familiar from her past, something to wake her up, to save her from this awful dream. She arrives and of course, there's nothing there. In dream. Back to the Bebop where Jet is boiling eggs, Ed's father left him. Ed innocently hands Spike a wind spinner. Now me, I just think she's being nice. It shows her leaving. My heart sank. I was confused. Why is she leaving? She never leaves. Seeing Spike and Jet's reaction to her goodbye art she left on the deck. Spike didn't say a word. Faye lays down where her bed used to be. It's dinner time. Hard-boiled eggs and can't be picky. 4 bowls, but it's only Spike and Jet. Like the beginning of the show. Them sadly eating these hard-boiled eggs in silence while Call Me played in the background. I was not ready for these emotions in episode 24. Ayn catches up to Ed to give her a piece of his mind. She tells him to go back to the ship. Now you know damn well Ayn wasn't listening to that. She eventually asks if he wants to come with her. Ayn agrees and they run off together, shooting stars overhead. And it pans over to the wind spinner taped to the front of the Bebop. The Bebop crew is over. What an episode. I just wasn't ready for that ending. Just an absolute roller coaster of emotions. Ed and Ein are gone, and I didn't know if Faye was coming back. In my mind, the Bebop crew is over. Now before one of y'all comment, but what about episode 25 and 26? This, episode 24 is my ending. It's perfect, in all its bittersweet glory. Dreams don't last forever, but it was good while it lasted. I hope everybody that watched even for a second enjoyed. I had a lot of fun making this. Haven't made a video like this in 4 years? Let me know if you want a Cowboy Bebop review or any other video like this in the comments. And last but not least, see you Space Cowboys.